None other than our very own 2025 Hyundai Venue. I'm sorry, you guys, that was really corny, but you know what isn't? The fact that this is our most affordable vehicle in our new car lineup, and that goes for Kia and Hyundai. This is the most affordable new car you can buy.
It's the value meal, baby.
It is the value meal. Today's video, Charlotte and I are giving a full in-depth walkthrough of everything you get, and more specifically, this is the essential model. So this is not only the most affordable car in our lineup, but also the most affordable trim level. This vehicle is priced at $21,299 Canadian. That's the base MSRP before taxes and fees. And that is a really nice number to see in this economy.
That's a great number to see.
And I will say the size of this vehicle, just the way it handles and what you get in it, I think it's truly worth it.
Definitely. The fact that this has all of your favorite comfort and safety features while still being an affordable price point, absolutely fantastic. And today we get to walk you through everything that there is to know about this vehicle. The best part is we get to do this live every single weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys have any questions, sorry, we realized we messed up our mics. If you guys have any questions, feel free to go and put them in the live chat. And if you're watching this after it's already posted, feel free to leave them down as a regular get some better mics. We'll see. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it as soon as this receiver turns on. I'm gonna go and dip into the aesthetics of the exterior and then also talk a little bit about powertrain before we head on inside.
To be fair, I don't think we need better mics. I think you and I need better
brains.
But let's get into it.
We would love a brain transplant with someone who's high IQ.
Charlotte and I joke, but realistically, we have memorized just about every fact there is to know about the Kia and Hyundai lineup, but I could not tell you when my mom's birthday is. Anyway, let's get into the front end of the Hyundai Venue. I was about to say Kona. So today we have our vehicle showcased in black, and I think it suits it because we do get a good amount of black accents on the front end of the car. You notice the grille itself is finished in a matte finish, so nothing gloss black on this vehicle. That's honestly a good thing, especially if you're someone who doesn't exactly love detailing their car. This matte black isn't going to show as many water spots or dirt. I say that lightly. This car is dirty. We do not have a detailer right now, but it's kind of hidden well, isn't it?
I was gonna say, I guess like you guys can fact check that for us because this car is absolutely filthy on the exterior.
Let us know what you guys think. As soon as I wave my hand around our lamps here, I can feel a little bit of warmth, and that is because we have traditional halogen bulbs. And let me tell you, that is actually a good thing. My personal vehicle has halogens, and just last week we got an ice storm. I could see perfectly clear because my headlamps quite literally melted the snow and ice off of them. They're still super sharp, and you also get intelligent high beam assist, meaning that this vehicle can shut off its high beams if it senses another vehicle coming in oncoming traffic. So again, if you drive a lot in the countryside, you don't want to be blinding others, but you want to be able to see, there's a function that does that automatically for you. So nice to have. The same is true for your positioning lamps and your daytime running lights. They're all traditional halogen style bulbs. Also cheaper to replace.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
That's a good thing. On the front end, again, the styling is fairly simple, but it still looks good. You got your one daytime running light right up at the top, so Hyundai did that on quite a few of their models. It's just a more narrow look to it. Kind of has an aggressive stance, if you will, and then your main headlamp down here. We got your license plate mount up at the front, and then our lower grille. You also get skid plates too. They're just done in a black plastic. A little bit of lighter accents along the front as well too, so you'll notice this is almost like a very dark satin, almost gunmetal finish. And then for your Hyundai emblem, it's finished with a nice chrome casing. Very large Hyundai badge as well too, not a tiny one. This one's big. All right, we're gonna pop the hood and talk powertrain. Doesn't matter what trim level of the Venue you will get the same 1.6 liter naturally aspirated gasoline 4-cylinder. Now this is going to provide you with 121 horsepower and 113 pound-feet of torque. Those
unbridled.
are unbridled, okay? Those are wild horses. Now, I know what you're thinking. Those are race car numbers. Psych! No, they're not exactly crazy horsepower or torque numbers, but I will say this is a small vehicle and it's fairly lightweight, so that horsepower and torque is actually going to give you more than you need or sufficient power highway city driving. It does not matter. The vehicle can do it. We have tried it. It's true. This vehicle is a perfect commuter car. Now, why is it so perfect? Well, this vehicle has a combined fuel efficiency rating of 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. And the best part is, although it is a compact, it's very much shaped like an SUV. So take a look at it just from the side. You'll notice it's got a fairly high roof and a slightly boxy frame, almost like the Kia Soul. This gives you great headroom and quite a bit of cargo space as well too. So you get the benefits of a smaller car with the extra space. So truly the best of both worlds. Before we talk about space though, let's take a look at the wheels. These are 15-inch steel wheels with a cover. Now at first glance, you might not even be able to tell they're steel wheels. The cover gives the illusion of alloys, which is nice on the eyes, but I will also say if you are living somewhere like us in Canada, you probably opt for winter tires. Now if you are shopping for a winter tire for this car, because it's fairly small, you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a good set of winters, and you already have steely wheelies. I'd probably get a secondary set of steel wheels. You don't want to remount them over here. So again, fairly affordable to replace your tires and wheels. Always nice to have. For your front brakes, they are ventilated disc brakes, and your rear brakes are solid drum brakes. So again, fairly cheap to replace drum brakes. Surrounding your wheel arches, you have black plastic. Black plastic molding. Again, if you opt for the black exterior paint, everything just kind of flows nicely. If you get something else, it kind of stands out a bit more. You notice a bit more of those dark accents. Coming up to your mirrors, you actually have turn signal indicators integrated onto the mirror. The mirror itself is heated and power adjustable, so very nice to have in winter, something that you don't realize how fantastic it is to have integrated heated mirrors until you no longer have it on your current car. Ask me how that feels. Now, the general profile of the vehicle, like I said earlier, very much SUV-esque in its shape, so you get a lot of the SUV benefits, but of course at a much lower cost, and it is a little smaller. This vehicle on its rear end still has our dealer plate on it, and we forgot to take that off. For simplicity, we will leave it there. And maybe actually, here's something that only Charlotte and I really think of. So a lot of our more modern SUVs are hiding the rear wiper underneath the rear spoiler. This vehicle still has it in its traditional spot, which is perfect for putting a dealer plate on. Can't do it with the hidden style.
Just dealer things.
Just dealer things. No one else would really care about that, but we do. Up at the top though, you do get a high-mounted stop lamp, a little antenna, just a little one, and then we get our venue badging. Now the venue badging is quite special because it actually has white filling. Check that out. So it's chrome with white inserts, and then your Hyundai badge is just a traditional chrome emblem. All right, let's open up the hatch. So hydraulic, of course, you do get an integrated cargo cover, so no one can peek through your window and see what you got in your cargo space, and that is standard equipment on the vehicle, nice to have. Speaking of standard, here's something we never get in a smaller car. A compact spare tire. And as you can see, it's fairly deep into the well here. You have a ton of space surrounding your tire. So things like a first aid kit, extra washer fluid, seriously whatever you need. There's a lot of room under here, and it's all hidden too. So whatever you want to put in there, it's out of sight. Now, if you just want to use your traditional cargo area, you can drop that floorboard down to sit it flush on the tire if you'd like, but you still have a very, very good amount of space, and it's all easily accessible. It's not like a sedan where you feel like you almost have to cave dive into your cargo space to find what you need. You got your back seats there, each of which have a car seat top tether, which is handy. And like I said, this is completely removable. You can take it out of there if you don't want it. Now, in terms of safety, this vehicle actually does have some active safety functions. It's not basic, it's not boring. You do get forward collision avoidance, and I'll actually walk you guys over to the front windshield to talk about that. So in the very center of the windshield, you'll notice a little camera. Might be a bit hard to see, but right in the center, there's a little camera. Now that camera watches the lanes ahead of you to make sure that A, you're centered in your lane. So if you start to divert, let's say you don't indicate a lane change and you just start changing your lanes, it will beep inside the cabin and give you some gentle guidance. It will also sense if there's a risk of a collision with other traffic. So let's say another vehicle slams on the brakes ahead of you, you fail to react, your vehicle will warn you that there is a risk of collision and can apply brake force. It also has pedestrian detection as well too, so great if you are someone who frequently drives in the city. All right, that is about it for our active safety. Charlotte's gonna take you guys on a peek or a tour of the interior though, and we'll see what we get.
All right, let's take a look on the inside of the Venue. So like I said, this is gonna have a lot of probably my favorite and my must-have comfort features, and I like that it's still gonna have a great safety too. So this vehicle, in terms of safety, it does have 6 airbags, and also the NHTSA does rate it as a 4-star collision, or 4-star crash rating in the event of a collision is what I'm trying to say. However, there still are ongoing tests, so it could perform actually even better and get bumped up to that full 5-star rating. But that's unconfirmed as of right now. All right, let's take a look at some of the equipment that is in this vehicle. Over here, we can take a look and you'll see that we have our mirrors. They are electronically controlled. Yes, even in the base model, they're electronically controlled. And our driver's window is going to be a one-touch with pinch protection. So flick it up or flick it down, it's going to automatically raise or lower. You don't have to keep your finger on the button. Or if I were to go and put my hand out of the window and try to raise up the window, it's going to detect that it's there. It's going to drop down so no one is getting any pinched fingers. Well, at least the driver. Maybe those in the back seat, but don't let that happen. You also do have your window lock, so you can make sure that that doesn't happen. And down below, we have our bottle holder and 2 of 6 speakers in this vehicle. The seat, it's going to be a 6-way manual seat. So you'll notice that I'm able to go and adjust the legroom. It is also height adjustable, and also you have your backrest. Now, one of the benefits of the platform that the Venue is built on is the fact that it so closely resembles the Kia Soul. And that also means that you get a nice ride height for visibility, so you're still able to see over the hood. It's not going to be like you're driving something that is a true compact sedan or in the sedan size class. And then also it's easy to get in and out of, even at 6 months pregnant. Approved. Score. Woo! On this side, you'll notice that we have our brightness adjuster, which will be used for our digital instrument cluster. Then also you have your traction control and then hood release down at the bottom. And your fuel release is going to be located just by your foot on the driver's side. I'll have Gabby come around and we'll keep talking about what we've got.
Okay, let's do a nice wide look. You can see the mirror indicators as well as your front marker lights. Another quick look at the front end. I'm very happy we have a little lighter accent along the front bumper there too. I think that really adds a little bit more style to the vehicle. I didn't mention the fuel tank size, so it's a 45-liter fuel tank. Just takes regular unleaded gas, so nice and cheap to fill up. Seriously, very nice and cheap to fill up. And again, 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers combined is the fuel efficiency rating.
So this is going to be your passenger seat, obviously. Both seats are going to be cloth. They are both heated with 3 levels of heat as well. And I like how the insert has a little bit of it almost looks kind of like a techie design to it, almost like a circuit board in my opinion. Tron legacy, if you will. And the passenger seat, it is going to be a 4-way manual adjustment, so you can adjust the recline and then also bring it forward or backwards as you see fit. Now, something I really like that I want to talk about in the cabin just off the bat is, look at it. Symmetry, real buttons, real dials.
It's straight up.
Something like this, it's easy to use, but because it's symmetrical and it's not overridden with screens, it's going to age well. It's going to look good even in a couple years, which is something I can really appreciate because cars are a big investment purchase, even if it is the most affordable vehicle in the lineup. Now, directly ahead of me, I've got my steering wheel, of course. It is plastic, but we do have a split between our media controls and then also our driving controls. So you can enable your cruise control from here. And then also you can use this notes icon to go and cycle between the 4.2-inch screen that's located in the center. So from here, I can see my drive info, how the vehicle responds to me as a driver, and I can also adjust my driver's assistance or those exterior safety features that Gabby mentioned from the instrument cluster. So everything can really be done in front of the driver from the touch of a button, which is something I really find valuable. And I like that we have a digital speedometer and tachometer as well. And you can also take a look at our distance to empty. We're just under a full tank and it's rated about 475 right now. But as you drive it, the vehicle is going to learn more about your driving habits and it will adjust itself to show a more accurate number, either worse or better, depending on how you drive. It is a key entry, so regular key. I'm actually going to quickly turn this off and I'll show you guys. So really standard key fob. It is a switchblade style key, so folds in and folds out. Lock, unlock, your panic button. And that's pretty much it. No egg-shaped key fob here, which again, I can also appreciate. Directly above the ignition is going to be your wiper stalk, and then we also have our lighting stalk on the other side. As we take a look at our multimedia screen, it's flanked by 2 vents, 8-inch screen with the capacity for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I also like that this puts a big emphasis on your radio and media, since I know that's what a lot of people are going to be looking for, because all of those driver's assistance features, which we would sometimes see here on the bigger screen, are located right through here. Down below, buttons that do exactly as they say. It's straight up, it's easy to use. Jump you into the setup. Of course, your media controls, media, radio, all of that good stuff. And then you have a real tune knob and volume knob too. Hazards in piano black, and then down below is going to be your manual climate controls. So you got air conditioning, woo, thank goodness. You can still adjust your fan speed, your fan direction, and then of course the temperature down below. Little convenient spot here for your phone, and for connectivity if you want to use it, you have a USB, a 12 volt, and a USB-C. You really have all three options there. Regular gear shift, which again, I think we can all appreciate and love. And then your heated seats, as I mentioned before, with the 3 levels of heat. Regular handbrake as well, so if you want to, impress a date in the Hyundai Venue, if you get the ultimate Venue, it's the ultimate date. Dating with Shar, pro tips. Down below, 2 cup holders, and then you also have a good amount of storage space over here. It's not hidden, which I will say is a little bit sad, disappointing, but as you go up in trim levels, that will change as well. I will point out the fact that over here you have the little pantry or little shelf over here.
The pantry.
The pantry.
Picture this. Just fill that with like some artificial grass, some like dollar store like animal, like
Make
a cow.
it a Zen rock garden.
Yeah. I was gonna say like just like a landscape. You just,
I like it. I think it's cute.
let your imagination run wild.
In the Hyundai Venue. Okay. Let's take a look at the backseat, guys.
Yo, build your ultimate venue.
Oh my
inside.
goodness. Little beach setup.
Yeah.
Oh, the Brantford Kia parking lot. The Brantford Hyundai parking lot.
Yeah. All right. Into the back seats, which I got to ride in this morning.
Yes. And Gabby, what did you think of the back seat?
So I actually sat in the middle seat, which some people say is the worst seat in the house. I had to say, because there's not really much going on in front of you, I felt
There's nothing going on in front of
I
me.
honestly felt like I was riding in a car that had a front bench seat. I felt like I was part of the conversation.
We're throwing it back to the 1970s. This is a conversation pit.
Yes.
Yes. So you know what? That is a benefit of not having the center console, the hidden storage. At least if you've got someone sitting back here, they're a part of the conversation. It's no longer just a duo. You can have the full trio, baby. The main seats, I like that they still have that fun design on the insert. We have dual sets of lower latch anchors as well. So from there, you can go and accommodate up to 2 car seats back here that use the tethers. And the sets of lower latch anchors are going to be shared with the middle, so you can mount a car seat in the middle as well. Legroom and headroom, again, it's surprisingly good for a vehicle of this size. And again, the boxy exterior is really going to help in the headroom department. So you can see how much I've got here. Good amount of space. Same thing even true with the middle. Because this is a front-wheel drive vehicle, you don't have a huge hump. So it's not like my legs are immediately going into my chest. I still have a nice amount of legroom here. And hopefully, if my friends are nice, to let me use some here if we are sitting 3 across. But overall, yeah, great amount. On the door, we still have another set of speakers. We've got our chrome-painted door handles and another bottle holder as well.
Check it out.
Yeah. These seats, they are 60-40 split, and you can pull them forward as well.
Beauty. All right. Should we do a quick highlights of everything worth mentioning again, I guess, for anyone who joined later? So I'll mention powertrain. It is a 1.6 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, 121 horsepower with 113 pound-feet of torque. The transmission is an IVT transmission, so that stands for intelligent variable. Similar to a CVT, except better. So it feels it feels a little bit more realistic with its artificial gear ratios, a little bit more responsive too. So there's less of that droning noise and more of just driving. Front-wheel drive only for the Hyundai Venue, so there's no all-wheel drive option. Great on gas, so it's rated at 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and this vehicle has a starting price of $22,299 Canadian for the essential trim level.
21.
Oh, 21.
Even
Okay,
better.
Even better, yeah. $21,299. That's before taxes and fees, of course. It's got 6 airbags. It's rated pretty good in its crash test ratings. Forward collision avoidance, as well as lane keep assist are standard functions. You do get a temporary spare tire, so a little donut. Ventilated disc brakes in the front with drum brakes in the rear. And a great small SUV shape. It's definitely a compact. But lots of headroom as well. The seats are super comfy. You get heated seats standard, AC standard, heated mirrors standard, halogen bulb standard, steel wheels standard.
Honestly, I feel like seeing so much new car tech, I think tech is fantastic, but I always think it's nice to go back to basics too. I think this vehicle does a great job of it. On the interior, it's got everything that I love. It's got CarPlay, whether it's wired or wireless. You know, the benefit is that it is wireless. I really like. You still have the option to charge your phone with cords if you'd like. I like that we still have heated seats. And overall, it's a relatively comfortable vehicle. I like that it can accommodate 5 people, but still give you lots of cargo space. So I think that I think it's a really great value.
Yeah. I was just telling Charlotte the other day that obviously I downgraded in my vehicle. I don't drive anything nice, but it's simple, and I can really appreciate the simplicity sometimes. Sometimes a car is a car, and this just happens to be a really good basic car.
Yeah. It gets the job done.
Yeah. It doesn't claim to be anything it's not. It's just a straight up car.
Yeah.
And I'm sad a lot of people, ourselves included, oftentimes forget about the Venue. It's not a major seller, but I feel like we should sell more of them.
Yeah, because, well, I feel like the penguin shuffle. I feel like every time that we do a vehicle in this size class 2, or even anything that's remotely a hatch, people are like, oh my goodness. Like, I love hatches. It's so sad that we're seeing less and less of them. But this is a really great affordable option that can still give you what you're looking for. You know, it's going to be a little bit bigger than something like, you know, the Kia Rio or anything along those lines. But I think it's a fantastic option, especially now that the Soul is gone, the Rio is gone. K4 hatch, we haven't heard anything about, so.
And even then, the K4 hatch would be a lot more expensive, and it's
because it's got more tech, too.
Yeah, but it's very much a larger car, too. If you need something that's super tiny, has to fit in tiny parking spots, you live in the city, you parallel park all the time, you don't want a big car, this is perfect. This is honestly perfect. Another thing, too, so the Chevy Spark isn't made anymore, the Micra's not made anymore. No one really makes cars that are very, very affordable. So this is one of the very few, and I will say, comparing it to those cars, because I've driven a Micra on the highway, and I thought I was driving a tin can. I felt like one swift gust of wind, and I would be off the road. This feels solid. Even the door handles are my one big thing. I'll grab a door handle. If it feels like paper, I'm immediately not interested. These are solid door handles. You can grab them.
Oh, I was going to say, what was the one that I grabbed today where I was like, oh, this door handle is not great? It was the Ford Focus.
Oh, yeah.
I have a 2013 Ford Focus. All around solid vehicle, I will say.
Yeah, I was impressed with it.
Mechanically, this one's in good shape. But I was like, oh, the door handles are like,
Yeah. I don't like cheap door handles. No. That's my biggest pet peeve on a car ever.
All right, we're taking a look at some questions. Asking about what trim this is. So in Canada, this is called the Essential trim. It may be titled something else, a little bit different depending on where you are.
Yep. Oh, I can't even try to start. Kintrider 73, a friend of mine had one of the first Hyundai Elantras. It was scary in that thing. Yeah, so that's how driving those more modern Nissan Micras or Chevy Sparks felt. It felt like paper.
Yeah. DTUK's got to go, but we will see you next time.
But yeah, bye DT.
Ryan says, great Metropolis car, for sure. It can easily accommodate the city, but again, it's still going to give you the passing power that you need for highway driving, highway commuting, anything like that. And yeah, it does well. Affordably, too.
Did we answer how does this compare to the Kona?
I don't think so.
Well, how does it compare to the Kona? Well, it's less expensive than the Kona. But also, the Kona does come with all-wheel drive options. It comes with a turbocharged option. It even comes as a full electric vehicle. So they're very much just different cars. The Kona is also going to be the most spacious of the two. So you're going to have more room in the Kona. It's a larger car. It's got more tech as well, too. So even in your entry Kona, you're going to have a larger 12.3-inch display. You're going to have a little bit more in your car.
More trim options as well. And then like Gabby said, too, you also have the full EV if you would like that. But even the gas option is going to offer more trims in the Venue. So overall, like,
it's just different.
They're just, yeah. It's good to compare them though. Yeah. Like that was a good question.
If you're comparing both basics, so the Essential Kona and the Essential Venue, there's going to be very much a price difference there, but I would test drive them both just to see how the bodies feel for you. If you prefer the bigger car, do you need the more space? Do you need the option for all-wheel drive? That kind of thing.
It's Knight Rider 73.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that now. Now we know. Now we'll get it right.
I drove a 2 to Echo from a friend recently. Now that's an
experience.
Yeah, so exactly. Same type of car, just no one's hiding it. Those are cheap cars. They're meant to be cheap cars, but some of them feel a lot cheaper than others.
It's like a Barbie car sometimes.
Yes.
Henry asks, what's the real-world fuel efficiency that owners typically experience with the base petrol engine in mixed driving conditions in Canada? So a Venue isn't a vehicle that I have demoed. A lot of the vehicles that we have between the Kia and Hyundai lineup, I have driven for at least a season of a couple months. I will say I know multiple people who own a Venue and have gone back to a Venue because they've liked it so much. And I've never heard anything negative in the fuel efficiency department. I can't give you a number. I can't say that you're going to get like 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, guaranteed. Because it is going to come down to how you drive as well and how heavy your foot is or how light it is or how adaptable you are necessarily as a driver. But in terms of how this vehicle handles in winter performance, again, I've never heard anything negative about it. And yeah, I've had a couple older drivers as well, maybe people who aren't as aggressive. And they have also really enjoyed this vehicle, and it has served them very well.
I feel like this is a very, very forgiving powertrain. I mean, it's a small displacement engine, an IVT transmission. You gotta be trying really hard to get bad fuel efficiency numbers on this car, like really hard. You know what? Give me a Venue for a week, and I'll see.
Oh my goodness!
I'll see the worst I can do.
Yeah, it's like 7.7. That would save Gabby's bank account. Gabby should buy this car.
Oh,
this is like actually like. This is the car that Gabby wants, but this is the car that Gabby needs. And that's Gabby.
And then neither of which are what Gabby drives.
Yeah. She chose option C.
Somehow worse.
Yeah. Oh, man. Alrighty. Well, I think on that note, that's pretty much all the questions.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's always fun shooting a Venue. It's always fun just reminding everyone how great a value it is and how it truly is the ultimate Venue. Just kidding, this one's the essential.
And it is essential. It's got all the essentials. This is a true, like, it lives up to the name. Essential. It's got what you need.
It's got what you need and nothing that you don't.
Amen.
Take care, you guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And remember, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, value menu.
Did you see what just...
Was that a bird?
I don't know.
Is it a frog?
I don't know.
Oh.
Let's go look.